don't know. I mean, you think the Plane of Fire boss is way harder than the other two bosses? I don't
You
know.
figure out how to whoop his ass real quick.
I mean, we literally just got in here to fight this guy. But if we want to leave, we can leave. It's fine.
Do you have any potions of healing, Grimlock?
I don't think so.
Or anybody? I have 2.
I've got a Keegan's ointment. That's all I got.
Alrighty, gents, we are ready to go. I'll let you guys discuss what you want to do.
Everybody got a fire hose?
Yeah, actually, what we can do is we can start off by rolling initiative. Give me a second before you do that. I'll let you. 1 second. Alright, now you guys roll initiative, please. And you can think about what you want to do before you roll. So, if you guys, no rush on my part. Game is just starting. One reason I wanted to put it off to the next game.
Imix looks like he's a large.
You are correct. He is large. Yeah, he is not here tonight. So, what I can do, if you really want to cast that, I can slide you over to Jareth and we'll say that's what you were going to do. If you would like to do that.
Yes, please.
Grimlock, you want a potion of fire resistance?
Yeah.
You guys are quiet. So, let me look at your character sheet. You may not have it put on. But does it show as equipped? Well, then you do have an effect on you. You just can't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, that will make a difference, so. Remind me.
Okay.
So, just look for Borgin to roll initiative. Again, I'm not going to start the round until you guys are kind of ready.
I rolled.
I do not see Borgin has rolled initiative. He rolled a dice, but not the initiative dice. You need to roll from the initiative box. You were going to cast aid, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So if you open up your character sheet on the powers tab, there is an initiative for that spell. There you go.
No, I'm good.
There you go. You guys want to chat about anything before we get going? If you guys want to discuss tactics and all that, you certainly can.
My only idea is that I could really do is maybe try to cause blindness on the big dude, but I have to hit him and then I have to fail and he's safe. So I don't know.
Right, you would need to touch him for that to go into effect. Which is generally not that hard, because, I mean, the only thing that really counts towards a touch sort of attack is generally their dex or magical bonuses. There is that, but you have to go through his ring of heat, which is just where you're standing right now. It's pretty hot. You know, that little circle that's on the map, anything inside of that takes damage from just the heat emanating from Imix.
I can't see the map.
I'll reshare it so you get it. There you go.
I'm gonna move back where I can heal Gert and Bjarni, and then I'll probably drink a healing potion, and then if we're still alive, I will go in and try and.
So it looks like Linnea is trying to do something. She's in a very severely weakened state, so you don't know what's going to happen, but she is also trying to do something. Alright, so we good to go, guys? No tactics, just want to go balls deep and go start?
Bjarni's going to be given a potion Grimlock.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Alrighty, we'll start then. Alright, Jala. You are the first to go, so you said you were going to move?
Yep.
Where you want to go to?
Just right
Right
there.
there? Alrighty. So if you want, since you can't move and cast, but I do let them move and use a triggered item, I will let you, if you wanted to drink your healing potion, you can do that.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
I will let you do that. I don't know if that'll be a persist. I'll let that continue, but in this case, it's only 5 foot, so I'll let you do that.
Do I drag the red cross onto my icon?
Yeah, you can drag and drop it on you in the combat tracker or on the map. There you go. And then just right click on the potion and in your inventory and delete it. Or if you've got more than one, just, change the number. And when you're ready, move it to the next person.
It has. If it has 2 red crosses, does that mean it has 2 doses, or is it the circles on this?
The circles, yeah, the circles is what are the uses. And since you didn't, cast it. Hold on. That was a potion of extra healing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you just did something with a potion of extra healing at least.
I clicked the little circle on the end.
Okay, so a potion of extra healing has multiple uses depending on. So, like, you have a 3d8 plus 3 if you're drinking the whole thing yourself, or 1d8 if you're drinking a third. So you could drink 3 sips or 1 big gulp. I tell you what, if you would prefer to use it all at once, I can undo the one that you did do, and you can just use the 3d8 plus 3 one. That's why there's 2 pluses on that one.
Okay, I did not understand that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, can I read?
Now, 1 second. Let me tweak that. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Nope, that's the wrong way. Alright, now then, use the 3d8 plus 3 one and then delete it from your inventory. Or actually, I'll do that when you're done. There you go.
Did that work?
Hold on. Awesome. Now then, Barney, what are you doing?
He is taking a potion of fire resistance from his belt pouch and giving it to Grimlock. Let me just put that in the party sheet so he can grab it?
Yeah, when it gets to his turn. Yeah.
Do that. And he's done.
Alrighty, this is your orc minion, Balthazar. You still want him to run towards Imix? Mike?
Yes, sir, that's cool.
Okay. Yeah, we'll move him to there. We'll move him to there. So he's going 20 feet. He can have an attack at the end of that. And I assume that's what you wanted to do, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, he would have had a charge. Now we'll do it. Hits. He does not. And our next to go is Grimlock.
Okay, I'll grab the potion from the card.
Doesn't have powers. What does it do?
And I will go ahead and drink it.
That's what this does. That doesn't have power set up on it, so I need to see what needs to be set up.
Okay. Just let me know when you want me to delete it, and I'll delete it.
You can keep it for now.
Okay.
Invulnerability to all forms of normal fire. It also gives resistances to fires generated by. So it sounds like it gives you resist to fire, plus some die reduction, and +4 to saves versus said things.
Yeah.
So that's easy to reset that real quick, and it's a turn. I'll manually do this for now, and I'll make a note to add a power to it. So it's resist fire. It lasts a turn, which is 10 rounds. And the save piece, you'll have to remember on your own to add +4 because there's no specific save versus fire. It's save versus a spell or something like that. So just remember that.
Okay.
Let's see. And I will need to reduce the die of damage per die too. So if it does a 10d fireball, each die is reduced by 2 with a minimum of 1. So remind me of that.
Okay.
Let me make a note to add this. And thing is set up, you should be able to see it. It just shows up as resist fire. Actually, let me put potion of.
Do you want me to destroy the potion now?
No, keep it so you have the text, and when we're done with the fight, you can nuke
Okay,
it.
got it. All right, you want me to pass my turn now?
Yep, we're good. Next, Jareth.
Okay, I'm going to attract this thing's attention. I'm going to move up close enough that I can reach it with a 10-foot staff spear and stab it.
You're close enough there.
All right, I'm going to let it have it.
Alrighty.
Oh boy. Okay.
That is a miss. Yeah, his skin is like roiling magma and obsidian and flame just shooting everywhere. So he's pretty tough. I mean, he's like molten rock. All right, Garden, what's the plan, bud?
Garten is going to take a step back. But he was digging in his pack for his water skin, and he's going to open it up and throw it at him and try to spray him with water. See if he can put out the fire.
Okay.
Like a
Go for it.
D20 and see what it is.
Do your normal bonus with thrown stuff too. You get +2 with that, right?
Yeah, with the dagger, I think.
Well,
I think
you
so.
get that as a halfling. You get that with
Yeah.
all hand thrown
Yeah.
things. So target him. See how far you are away. If you're 20 feet or more, it's okay. You're not. So no minuses or anything like that. So roll to hit. And actually, before you do, actually that won't matter. Roll a hit, and you need to hit AC of 5.
That was with the +2 to throw, right? Just gonna roll a D20 +2.
You just use your tackle on the front page, and we'll sort it out on the front of your character sheet.
All right.
That's just a base tackle roll. So go ahead and do that. Well, your target is AC 5, so that looks like that's going to hit. 17. Yeah, that's you're using Barney, not.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I've got Garden highlighted. I just used a 20-sided die. That's all I did.
So you need to do it from no. So if go to the character sheet for Garden, we'll take this roll. We'll take this roll. So what you need to do is go to your the combat section now and look at your tackle chart and tell me what 17.
It's
19 hits.
19 is
you got
-1.
Okay, so you would have hit him anyways because you only need to hit AC 5. So what I need to do is give me a D8. And we'll see if I can.
Doing Barney for this. Weird.
Yeah, it's probably the last one you selected.
A 6.
So D6. Let's see if this will actually do anything. I don't think it will. So it seems to, when it hits it, it immediately goes into steam. But it does make a spot on his, body that seems to, have done something to where it stays like a darker. It's not bright red like everything else.
Garten screaming, hit him with some water.
Morgan, you're casting aid on Jareth.
Yep.
Alrighty, cast a spell and then drag and drop the effect of it on him. And if you need help with that, feel free to ask. Brian, did I tell you what my wife got me for Valentine's Day?
No, you did not.
It was a bouquet of beef jerky flowers. Dude, it reminded me of back when we were kids at your house playing D&D, and you had that bag of beef jerky, deer jerky that your dad had that we sat and ate for hours. Oh my God, I almost ate all. I've got a couple left.
Do I have to roll to cast?
You click the cast button just to use the to track it. And that's weird. You have 2 aid spells in your thing. You're only supposed to have 1. And then drag and drop the effect. I'm gonna delete one of those. Did you have it memorized twice?
Nope, just
it
once.
Looks. You've got the spell in your deal twice. Let's see what that did. Hold on. We'll have to redo your spells. That's weird. Alright, so you put it on Jareth. Alright, he is good. That is good. We'll sort out your spells at the end because it looked like you had the spell twice, and when I deleted it, it resets your memorized slots. So hold on a sec. I don't know why you had 2 versions of the same spell. Alright, there we go. Hold on. Fixed. That wasn't your fault, by the way. That was just me. Alright, next, if you can hand it off to Balthazar.
Do I have to do something to end my turn?
Yes. You remember the little down arrow on the combat tracker and or where you've put it on the little button bar on the bottom? That's what I'm waiting for. There you go. All right, Balthazar, what are you doing?
Okay, I was going to cast magic missile on him.
Alrighty. Cast. Actually, let me see
Know
something.
how many missiles to fire for my level?
Does it know your what?
Will it already know how many missiles to fire for my level, or no?
No, you'll need to know that. Also, I need you to cast it. Actually, that may not work. I need to roll it just to roll the dice. Alright, you're good. So for that spell, just click the cast so that it uses up a use of it, and then you are level 6, right?
6 or 7, ain't it?
Yeah, you're 6. So I think you get three spell or three missiles. So
You get 3 at 5. So
yeah. So just if there should be one use there, just click it 3 times since you have him targeted. Yeah, not the cast spell, the damage part of it.
Well, don't they have to hit first?
No, magic missiles automatically hits. There you go. Just do that 2 more times and you're good. Each strike is knocking off pieces of the rock and lava's flying out and spewing like blood. He doesn't seem happy.
Well
and
done.
we'll go to our next guy. First off, target peoples that are all in my circle. And all of you that are in the aura, even those with resistance, are going to take fire damage. Some of you will take less than others. Oh, look at that. Those of you that do have resistance don't take any damage. Because it was 1. Jareth didn't take any because he had aid. Grimlock resisted because it was 1 point of damage. And now he is going to do what his action was, which was untarget everybody. And target. Oh. Target Grimlock. And then he's going to try to hit you. Is. And he now. Oops. Wow. Wrong thing. And he hits you for 4 damage. Wow. Actually, he hit you for 2 because of resistance. He does not look happy. Alright, Linnea spell goes off and it does it seems to like just dump a bucket of water on Imix. And he takes that amount of damage. And then she passes out completely. She is out of it. And in fact, let's see if I've got a... Yes, she is spent. I'm going to put this slept token on her. But she is out. And Baez is lifting her up and looking at Balthazar and moves up next to him. Alright, end of round. Roll initiative, people.
Can I move and cast a spell or not?
No, you can move like half your move and use a magic item, or you can not. You can't move at all if you're casting.
just a second, Mike.
Bro.
I gotta look at Barney's stuff here.
I'm gonna charge him with my scythe.
Alrighty. What you can do? Well, we'll do that when it's your turn. looks like everybody's rolled. And our first person to go is Balthazar. What are you doing?
Magic missile again.
You only
Dang
had it
straight.
once. And you've already used it.
Yeah, you're right.
So you want to think about what you're going to do and come back to you?
Can I throw dart instead?
Throw a dart? You have dagger. You don't have darts. Yeah, looks like you just have a dagger and that's it.
Alright, I'm sorry.
You're good. I mean, you've got other things that you can do. You just let me put you at the end of the round, and we'll come back to you. And you let us know what you want to do when we get there. That'll give you plenty of time. All right, Grimlock, you go.
Yep, I'm swinging for the fences. Unleash a dwarven war cry, and I am gonna take this.
Looks like a hit.
Nice roll.
There you go.
There we go.
2 hits.
And with that, I'll pass turn.
Garten, what you doing?
Carton's grabbing his other water skin and doing the same thing.
1 second, please.
I think he had 2. Oh yeah, okay. I need to remove the other.
Yeah, you do notice that you don't have as much water that you had before. You also notice that your food supply, the rest of you guys will notice this later, but you specifically because you're messing around with your water. So like your food rations, like half of them are gone. And when you were digging around in your pack, you saw like a hole chewed in the bottom of it. Like something got in there and got it. But go ahead with your next one. Do the same thing we did last time. Use the roll from the front of your character sheet for Garden.
Thaco.
What was that?
I pulled 1, grabbed the dice and threw it down there, and it rolled 2.
You have 2. You must have had 2.
I grabbed the dice off the Thaco on the front of Garton's sheet and drug it over to the chat window. Doesn't matter, it missed. Both of them would have missed anyway.
I mean, we're going to take the first one because it rolled a 1. I don't know what the other one was. I'll have to look at that. I think maybe, yeah, the 1 would have missed. The first one was 1.
Yeah, the other one
All right.
missed too. I think. I'll look and see. I think
ACA plus 2 would have been 6. So
6,
yeah, it would have
yeah.
missed. All right. So what he does is you see him. He's like holding his fists together. They're basically just big rocks with flame on the end of them, and they just kind of start forming this ball. And he just crushes it between his hand and it explodes, and does a fireball on everybody right here in this area. So basically, that whole ring right there, all you guys are within the fireball range.
So he does a ground zero fireball by rubbing his fists together.
Well, he summons a ball
Yeah.
between it and then he crushes it. Yeah. So with that, let's see what it. We'll do the rolls. Barney failed. Grimlock failed. Imix doesn't need a save.
He should. What's his? The ring should give him a save on that.
Yeah,
I
he does
thought-
get a bonus for saves, not the ring. He's not wearing. Grimlock's not wearing a ring. But oh yeah, you're talking about Barney.
Barney's ring.
I'm talking about Grimlock. Grimlock, what was the save bonus that we talked about? It's on the thing.
It's +4.
4.
So, what is your save versus spells?
My save versus spells is 9.
So that would have made you save. So you would take
Yep.
half damage. I don't know how to make you save. I need to have a drag save thing. Because now I'm going to have to do this until you save. Alright, that works. Alright, now I need to target all you guys again because it still hits you even though you save. You just take half damage, you're going to take half of half. Whatever that may be. Who did I kill? Barney? Barney should have took half.
And he also gets -1 on each die of damage.
Yeah, so that is 1, 2, there's 10 up to a minimum. So yeah, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that would have been 31 instead of 41. And so he would have taken, would have taken 16?
Yeah.
So he takes 4 less damage, so he is at 0. Am I doing the math right on that? It shows -3, so he'd be at 0, right?
He'd be at 1.
Oh, where is he? 28. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So I need to do the same thing for Grimlock because Grimlock gets -2 on each with a minimum of 1. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. So normally that would have been just 20 right off the bat from it, right? If it's -2 per?
-2 per die.
Yeah. The last one he's not going to get because it is 2.
Right.
So it would be
18.
18. Okay, so 18 from 41 is what? Somebody tell me that off the top of their head.
23.
And half of 23 is 11. So let's see, how much damage did he take? He took 10. So he would have taken 6-ish. So he needs to get 4 back. Wow. I really need a way to automate that because that's really hard for me to do in my head. So he's going to get 4 back. Alright, so after all that confusing stuff, everybody is done. I am going to move on to the orc who is dead. He incinerated in a cloud of smoke and flame, and his bones were left and they clattered to the ground. Solomon is next.
Cure light wounds on Bjarni.
Alright, drop it.
Oh my god.
Awful. Awful.
Feeling much better.
Yeah. Well, he's not at 1 at least.
Yeah.
Alright, next. Barney.
Barney's going to go ahead and cast that Cure Light on himself.
I'm waiting for the initiative to get moved. Alright, go for it now. Woo. And you don't need to roll twice. Remember, it doubles everything. So something I need to for him, whenever he does his rest heals or potion heals, you need to take the hat off, do it, and then put the hat back on.
Gotcha.
I know that sounds stupid, but that's the only way I can get around it. Yeah, I can't get around it any other way. Right, next. He's out. Jareth, here you go.
All right, I'm gonna yell at Imix. Look at me. Turn away from that dwarf. Look at me. Turn your back on that dwarf. I'm the threat. And then I'm gonna
Gotta stab him.
Well, 20, man.
Well, I tell you what. Hold on a sec.
Well, I got
Do
half
on
that.
the modifier. Look at the. I'm gonna have you reroll, but use the rear thing because he's definitely not. He's not. You're behind him, so use the rear modifier and then roll.
Okay,
The
so
one,
that's
the one we talked about last week.
that's initiative for that.
On the top right, there's a plus minus box that brings up a modifier list. Click the little box labeled rear.
Okay, I don't remember that, but
Okay, on the
where
right side of the screen, there's where you get to the combat checker and all that. There's one of them's with a plus
Got it.
and slash minus. Click on that and then click rear,
I clicked rear.
and then do your attack.
Same roll.
You rolled the same thing. All right, it's a miss. If you'd have poked him, he probably would have turned around, but he didn't.
Crap. Okay.
Next.
I'll hit the next.
And Borgen, were you charging or just moving forward? Because there's a difference. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the modifier or the effect. Move you next to him. There. And go ahead and make your attack. You can drag and drop the dice on top of him or target him like we've talked about in the past. I find drag and dropping the dice is easier, but.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
Nice. That's exactly what you needed to hit him.
It is.
Wow. 10% chance.
Well, and double click your damage. Use the large one because he is large. You didn't drop it on him, but I can do that. And your sheath, you just clank and you hit right into the rock, and it just seems to just scratch right off his body. It seems that he is not susceptible to your normal weapon.
Oh well.
Next.
Gallant effort.
Are you gonna? I need you to move it to the next person. Initiative, which is Balthazar.
My bad.
It's okay. So what's your plan, Balthazar?
Can I use the wand of conjuration again?
Yes, you may. You can use 1 charge or 6. Each charge will get you a monster summoning of said level. So you could do monster summoning 1. Let's see. So you can use 6 charges and do 6 monster summoning ones or any variation of that. Up to that amount.
It gives me a level 6 monster.
No, it does monster summoning 1. Because if you could cast monster summoning 6, you could do that, but you're not of a sufficient level to even cast it, so it wand won't let you do it. Since you're only up to 3rd level spells, which is monster summoning level 1, you can do 6 of you can do that one. But it won't be a level 6 monster.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do monster summoning 6.
You mean monster summoning 1 6 times?
Okay.
Alright. 1 second. I'm gonna burn off the charges. 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to do tables, summoning 1.
Do I actually cast it 6 times or what?
No, it's farts them all out at once. And I will do that for you here. Give me a second. I'm rolling all this stuff. Oh, lovely. You got 10 rats. Oh my lord, this is gonna be a shitload of mobs. Got a goblin. Oh my god, you got 7 kobolds. Oh, I need to make these guys green. Jesus Christ. This is gonna be a mess. Oh, fire beetle. That's 4. The 5th one is a hobgoblin, and the last one is fucking A. 8 more rats. Jesus Christ. Alright, that's all that. There was a goblin, I need to change his faction. Oh my lord. I'm gonna do this. I can't even put these all on the... I'm gonna put... Jesus Christ. There's a lot of mobs.
He summoned Jesus Christ?
Oh, for the win.
Why aren't they... Oh, it's because they're green. God dang it. Wow, so I've got to manually unhide all these fuckers because I marked them green. That is... I need to change that shit. That is dumb. Yeah. This is gonna take a bit because I gotta put all these fuckers on the map too. Alright. Well, we'll dump the rest of the green ones on the map. We go all the way across the deal. Alright, target these guys. No, that's not what. Move them.
It's a new spell called Wall of Monster.
It is. I mean, seriously. I'm probably gonna just stick some of them right in the middle of it. There's just so many. These are 5-foot squares too, so imagine if it was 10. They need like a lasso select. I do not. I'm gonna manually do all these. Alright, Chimney Christmas.
There's got to be.
All right,
over 100
that's
rats. Wow.
Oh, it's not 100 rats. It's like 20, but it's a lot. And they should be smaller. I mean, they should take up less space, but you know, what are you gonna do? I can't deal with that. All right, and that was Balthazar. Baez is last. Next round. You summoned all of them this round. They get to act next round. So, all right, roll initiative, gentlemen. Waiting on Barney.
I was getting there.
All right. Well, This might be pretty easy after all. So, he's doing the same thing he did last time, except it looks a little different. Oh, I'll just draw one. So right there, he calls into being. So he does the same thing he did, but this time he makes like a liquid ball and then kind of flings it out and like stretches out like a blob of taffy, and then forms into this giant wall of flame right there on that line. So I need to target a bunch of people because the wall of fire does a lot of stuff. Those that are in it take a set amount of damage. We'll target all those first. That's probably right. And then, oh, why are we targeting? Oh, goodness. Don't do all that. I need to get my initiative set for a person before I start this. There we go. Now we target. All of those within a certain amount of distance or are in the wall are going to take a specific amount. Let's see, the wall once 34, 10 feet. In addition, the wall takes 2d6 plus 1 per damage per consider upon creatures in it. So those of you that are in it take 2d6 plus 1. Let's do this there. Plus his level. 1. I think that's 2d6 plus his level. So I've targeted all the things that are in between there. Those of you that don't have fire resistance, it's probably going to hurt because there's no save. All right. So I see a lot of dead things. Looks like a bunch of the things that we had summoned died.
Garten died.
Well, Garten didn't make it. I don't see any other PCs that are out. Let me remove the dead creatures because they were completely incinerated. I'm not going to remove Garten because he's still alive. All right. That was from those of you that were standing in the wall.
Did you reduce the amount of damage I took?
The die damage was how much? You take 1 less damage. That's it. Because it's only 2d6 plus 10.
Yeah, but it's per die. He's minus 1
but
per
minimum
die,
of 1. Minimum of 1, and one of them was a 1. So I can't change that. There's a 1 and a 3. It was only 2 die. 2d6 plus 10. So
I would have
1
taken
was a 3.
two less damage from that.
No,
or two less per die, and then does it get halved on top of that?
You would have taken on that one. You would have only taken 1 less damage than you did.
So I took 7, and instead I should have taken 6. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
That makes sense.
If we're doing all the rounding, yes. And I'll fix that right now. You're at 25 damage. Alright. And Barney gets a -1.
Yeah, minus
Which,
1 per die.
same thing. So same thing, 1 damage. Yeah. That's 23 damage. And I think that's everybody that had resistance in that path. Garten didn't have resistance, did he?
Oh no.
Alright. So that's all of the wall of fires. The wall that the heat seems to be on one side of it, and in this case it's on the inside towards him. So one side is hotter than the other. In this case it's, you know, the side where Grimlock and Borgin and Jareth are right now. That said, all of you guys that are within the circle also are going to take damage from that. Whoops, why am I targeting Barney? Targeting from Barney. Alrighty, so that's everybody that's in the circle. All of you guys take damage from the heat aura. And so that means that that would be 2 damage instead of 4, which that means Grimlock took 1. Same thing with Barney. 24. Alright. Let me get rid of the other creatures that died again. I think that's all of the little peons. That's all of his actions. Grimlock.
Okay.
Actually, hold on a second.
So
Go for
is
it.
this
No, no.
wall, is this a persistent thing? Do I need to get out of this thing?
You will take damage as long as you're standing in it.
Okay, if I move 1 square to the north, I can still swing at him, and I am out of the wall of fire. Correct?
No.
It's radiating heat on that
Yes.
side of the wall.
Yep.
So
Okay,
if you're within a certain distance of that wall, you're going to take damage.
Okay, what if I move 1 square to the south?
You want to move through the wall? You're going to take the same amount of damage you did when it dropped on you. I mean, I'll roll, and you'll take 2d6 plus 10. Is how much damage you'll take if you walk through it. What's the plan? Hey, Lo, how's it going?
I'll do it. I'll move 1 square to the south through the wall so that I'm out of the, so I'm not taking damage from it every round, and then I'll swing at him if I can. Okay.
1 second. Alrighty, you sure you want to do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I just want to ask you before I do the damage.
I'll just get this done. I'll just swing at him and end the turn.
All right, go for it. That's it. What was that? Oh. Oh.
Holy moly.
That's what I was asking. All right, hold on. That is end of the round. There is no more monsters, so I'm gonna hold on a second. We'll stop.
I got a cure light ready to go.
All right, so he is at -6. Go ahead and cast it, and then drop it on him. It should bring him up to 1.
Thank you.
And I am out of heals.
Did the wall come down when he died?
No, it did not.
Oh, I am moving
still
away
burning.
from that friggin' thing.
Yeah.
And I take
The
it,
the aura that was coming around him from, in fact, he just kind of turns into a molten pile of lava that's kind of cooling. But you do hear the clink clink clink, and you see a ring with a blue gem on it laying on the floor.
Yep, I run in and grab the ring and move out of this wall of fire.
Okay,
Like, not move
awesome.
through it. But
when he
move
grabs
to
it,
the
what
wall where
happens?
Yes,
I'm not
he's
putting
got
it on. I'm just grabbing
You're
it.
good. No,
You
you're
get
good.
teleported.
You're good. You're good. You picked it up. 1 second. Let me get the ring so I can give it to you. I gotta move garden so I can get to something. There we go. So give me a percentile roll in the chat first.
In chat or in the tower?
You can do it in chat. And all right. So the ring, when you touch it, it immediately it starts glowing blue, just like all the others did. Every time everybody picked it up, it immediately started glowing, and it shows through your hand. Unfortunately, that's why I was having you roll the percentile, because dwarves have this innate resistance to magic things not working. But you rolled 1% above your failure, so it worked. And it transports you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 10-minute break right there, and we'll come back at 9:12.
You're invisible and flying all the
Wow.
All right. So when the blue light flashes, you guys are kind of familiar with this because it's happened. What I think 3 times before. You are engulfed by and transported to another elemental node. This one is the air node, and you can tell because it's windy, it's cold, it's foggy. You briefly, as you're forming in the plane, you can see you're on a top of this large mountain or hill or spire. You can see a path that leads down, spiraling all the way down. It's like one of those, what do they call those? I want to say hoop back. What are those roads that go back and forth to go down the hill? It's like
switchback.
Switchback, there you go. A switchback sort of path all the way around down to the bottom. But after you fully formed into the elemental node of air, you can't see more than about 30 feet because it's foggy, it's windy, it's blowing, you hear thunder, you see lightning every now and then in the sky. And it's cold. It's so cold, in fact, some of you guys may be affected by said temperatures.
One of these -2 versus cold attacks.
I think the only person that might actually be bothered by the cold, at least initially, is probably Balthazar and Garden, because you're not wearing any kind of armors or anything like that, or heavy cold, clothes. Oh, they care of this right off the bat. And as soon as Garton arrives, the blistering cold knocks him out. He falls back to the ground. And we'll start there. So what do you guys want to do?
Any of the clerics have a healing spell they can throw at Gart?
Yeah, Barney was.
I'm out.
Barney's can cast a. I don't even real quick. Let me get to the actions tab here.
And you can tell what caused it. It's just he, as soon as he got here, the blistering cold just kind of immediately, grabbed a hold of him and frost bit his nose or his toes and stuff. So.
We can heal again from here, right? It'll go on up.
Yes. Once you're at 1, it'll heal normally. It's getting up from 1 or 0 below.
Grimlock needs some as well.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do another one on Barney. Who else? Anybody?
I don't have a blanket or anything to give him.
Got one of those old black cloaks that we had in my.
Yeah, Garton does have one of those in there. He can pull that out of the bag and his backpack. He's got a black cloak in there from earlier in the adventure.
So Jolliman's got the earth ring. And then who's got the, who wound up with the fire?
Barney has it.
Barney has it?
Yeah.
Okay. James, are you invisible normally because of your...
I am. I'm cloaked with a cloak of Elvenkind.
What about you, Brian? Are you invisible normally?
Garton? No, his ring is gone. It disappeared. Doesn't
Who
know what
has it?
happened to it.
Oh, never mind. I know what happened to it. Someone dead has it.
Yeah.
Oh, Parafel. Right, got it. Okay, well, I'll give this ring to Garton, since he seems to be most comfortable in the invisible state. It's like, here, man, I notice you're less invisible these days. Why don't you try this out?
Oh, well, thank you very much.
So
You
I'm
know,
gonna throw the ring in the party.
All right.
There you go.
So Balthazar, you are freezing cold. You don't have any kind of heavy cold gear. That's why you took damage from the cold when you guys got here. So.
Okay.
Don't know what you want to do about it. Just want to make sure you're aware. That's what happened.
Is
I have a
freezing
cloak I
cold.
can give him.
Now keep
I
in
have
mind, a
robe I
cloak
can
is
give him.
it's not heavy cold gear. I mean, it will help, but it's not going to stop, you know, long-term exposure from cold, like, you know, heavy cold gear would.
What if he doubles up?
Yeah, I've got multiple robes I can give him.
Yeah, I've got a black cloak and the velvet cassock that was one of the priest's robes.
Wrap yourself up on all that? Sure, yeah. If you guys can get enough of them together, I'll count it as heavy cold gear. You just guys gotta tell me what, you know, as far as what you're talking about with Garten, that's good. What about Balthazar?
I think he was Grimlock was saying he had robes he could give him,
I definitely have robes. I've
help
got
him
multiple.
insulate.
I'll throw them in. There's a brown robe. And here is a silk crimson robe with gold skull embroidery. Some fancy schmancy robes, man. Here's a soiled moss green robe.
All right. So you can give them all that, and that's fine. Just remember that their move rates are going to be affected because they're just basically just putting things over things over things, and especially in Garten's case, these are not sized for him; they're sized for humans.
Well,
so
Garten
he's going
may
to
not need the cold stuff anymore when he wears that ring.
Oh,
that
yes,
ring.
you're right. You're right. No, you're
Sure.
absolutely. Garten's fine. Yeah, forget it. Forget what I said.
So I mean, Garten can
Balthazar
give him
is.
can give the robes he has. There's a black cloak, and we can wrap him up.
Okay. Yeah, just the same thing I was saying with you. For him, even though it's size 4 humans, he's going to be just bundled up. He's going to look like, you know, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or somebody that's in one of those bite suits for dogs. I mean, that's what he looks like. So he's going to be a little struggling to move as fast as he normally would. So his move base is probably 12. So in this case, it's going to be 6. Yeah, his move will be 6. Which is not going to slow him down. Yes, you are. You're not inside.
I think we should seek shelter or a portal.
Well, you know, like I said, whenever you first got, when you were guys were kind of being transported here, you could see, you know, you guys were coming to the center of this sort of plane of existence, and along the edges you could see these, you know, rock formations, and maybe there's caves or some rocks you can get behind, you know, out of the wind on. But you know, it's kind of like the same sort of layout that the elemental plane of water was, where you had kind of things on the edge, and in the center it was, you know, mostly bleak. At least that's what you saw at the beginning. As far as the specifics of that, you're not sure. You just know on the edges there's places, not so much in the middle.
And we are in the middle.
Yep. On a big spire hill mountain in the middle. Yeah.
I take it we can't rest here.
Garden would probably be okay. The rest of you guys, even with your, you know, like your armor and cloaks and robes, you wouldn't get your rest because you're not in a comfortable state. You know, you wouldn't get your rest heals. And as far as spell memorization, you need 8 hours of solid rest. If you guys can get wrapped up enough and bundled up and not be disturbed, you probably could. But if you're not wrapped up enough and you know it's freezing cold, you're going to wake up with your toes falling off.
Well, I'm happy to, you know, people want to, if we want to try and rest here, you guys can use all these robes and cloaks. I got a cloak in here. There's another cloak. You casters can just grab these garments and use them as blankets. I mean, can we start a fire here? Is that a thing? I guess.
Do you have any wood?
No, probably not.
I have 3
Nobody-
torches, but that's not going to last very long.
Yeah, I've got 4 of them.
Don't we have a ring of fire?
Yeah, but that'd be like that thing can call flame strike. You still gotta have something to burn.
It'd be warm for a moment.
Yep.
I don't see trying to rest if we can't build a fire.
Let's see if we can go down and find shelter somewhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so sounds like we're headed down. Brian, you're probably going to be scouting for us since you got that ring.
Yes. Invisible and flying.
Invisible, flying, and plus the elementals here are friendly with you.
Was that loud thump in the sound?
Yes, it's thunder.
Okay. So, Garten.
Why, did you think it was real thunder?
So let me ask this before we start scouting. Who has what in terms of healing potions?
I'm out.
I have 1 extra.
Yeah, we probably need to distribute
All right.
one of those to somebody else.
Barney
So-
has 2 doses of Kyotom's ointment left, and he
Yep.
also still has 2 cure light wounds.
Okay, I'm going to drop my potion of extra and my potion of healing in the party sheet.
Okay, Balthazar has 1 potion.
Potion of healing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to take that potion of extra healing, and then I will drop this Keegum's ointment on the ground because it makes more sense, like Jolman, to have that, I think. That way you can slather it on people when they are injured. But that potion of extra healing is definitely going to be something that I could use because I can gain a lot of health really fast.
Yep. You can lose it fast and then get it back.
How do I pick that up?
You just drag the dot. There's a dot there.
Grab the
You
dot
just
on the
drag
right
it
and
to
drag
your
it to your...
And Brian, what doesn't Robbie use like a +2 shield?
Let me look and see.
I think he does.
He's got. I'm not seeing it in his inventory.
Okay. What kind of shield does
I'm
he
still
use?
He doesn't have a shield.
Oh, that doesn't seem right.
Nope, no shield.
All right.
I thought he had one at one time too, but he
I
does
thought he had
not
a
right
+2
now.
shield.
But it is not in his inventory.
Yeah, so the potion of healing there and a Keegum's ointment there. So Jolliman, you didn't have any healing potions?
I used it.
Yeah, so why don't you take that Keegum's ointment? And then that leaves us with the potion of healing. Did Garten have any potions of healing?
Oh, Garten doesn't have.
All right,
anything.
take
This
the
stuff
take
is-
the take the plain old potion of healing there. Jolman, do you know how to take that ointment? Yeah, there you go. All right, now we can go scout.
Hold on, I'm reading stuff on this ring still.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
All right. Well, Garton will. I guess we can see where the path takes off.
You can only see like 30 feet, yeah, but you can see there's a path leading down that kind of spirals and switchbacks down the hill, mountain, tower, spire, whatever you think it is. Can't really tell from up here. It's very high.
No. Garton will begin moving down that way, flying and invisible.
Oh, one sec. I need to look at something. Right. So you find it kind of hard to actually fly through anywhere because it's really windy. And if you do it from any distance above like 10, 20 feet, the wind is just so gusty. It's, pushing you around. And, there's a couple of times initially when you do this that you kind of get flung near rocks and you get back on the ground and, it stops. But it's not a situation where it's very safe to fly because it's so windy. It depends on where you're at, but just it's pretty windy. I just want to kind of impress upon you that it's not entirely, just floating through the air sort of thing.
And he'll walk down the path. Invisible. I put the effect on it. So I take it it's howling wind too.
Yeah.
Making a lot
and
of
I wish
noise.
I had my wind was loud enough. It doesn't seem to be very loud. Let me see if I can find a really loud one because it should be. Disappointed. Disappointed in the wind sounds. Not a lot of loud ones.
Why don't you do a search for tornado or cyclone or something?
The howling wind sounded really terrible. That was not good. I think it's as good as I'm gonna get on the wind sound. So if you're listening, that's the music is kind of loud too. All right, so you begin making your way down. You get about 60, 90 feet away from your party, and they're completely gone. You can't see them. It's just the wind and the cold, and precipitation is ice and snow and water. It's just fluctuating between all three of them. But you don't see anything, initially after you get down 90 feet. You are having a harder time moving quietly because you're crunching on, snow and that sort of stuff. Sleep.
With howling winds, I'm hoping it's kind of lost in that sound.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm hearing nothing from Clean Feet.
Really? It should be. Oh, it just
Showing
lost.
anyway.
Yeah, it just lost connection. That's great. I just looked right before you guys were asking, and it was fine. There we go. That's better. Next week we'll try the new way. We'll see how it goes.
There it is.
All right, so you made it about 120 feet down.
Didn't see
And,
anything.
No, you haven't seen anything. Yeah.
All
just
right,
Wind,
I'll go,
rock, and ice.
gonna go back up and tell the party. So far, I've seen nothing for about 100 feet. Let's move on down together.
Sounds good.
Moving on down.
Yep.
Alrighty. Nothing molests you as you move down to the area that Barton leads you to.
Do y'all just want to move? What's everybody's move pace?
The slowest is
6.
probably you.
Probably he moves at 6, I think, right? Yeah.
Well, Balthazar might be slow, significantly.
He is, but
slower
it's
'cause
6.
Layer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, his normal move is 12.
Well, if they will move along with Balthazar, I'll move out in front of everybody about 60 feet and just tell him he has the same move rate as I do. And just move along together.
Okay.
How is Lene doing? She know
Zombie
anything?
boy is
She
carrying her.
conscious?
No,
She's still unconscious.
she's breathing, but she's unconscious. So as you guys make your way down, it's very treacherous. It's cold. You can't see very far. Wind is constantly blasting you in the face, and sleet and rain and snow. It's just blowing all over the place. I want each of you to give me a percentile roll in the tower. And if you don't know how to do that, let me know and I'll roll for you. But basically, you right-click on the percentile die, the 10-sided dice, and then use the D100 option, and then just throw it in chat. Or you can throw it in the tower too. It doesn't matter. You guys don't know what it's for, so.
All of us do that.
In the tower?
Yep. Or it doesn't matter. Either way. Brian, you roll twice.
Yeah, I know. One
Oh.
for Barney and one for Garton.
So who was the last one?
Garton.
Okay.
That's whose
Ah.
character sheet I had selected.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't show. It just says Smithy when you do tower rolls.
Ah.
It's the username you used to log in with is what it shows. All right. So what happens? And the rest of you guys don't see this because it's Garton that trips it. But as you're moving down, you step into something that kind of slithers away from you. But it slithers away about, a foot from where it was, and then it kind of globs up into this kind of amorphous sort of blobby thing. And you're like, what the hell is that? And while you're saying, what the hell is that, it does something. So give me a second. Actually, what we'll do is give me a surprise check first. We'll see if it surprises you. I need you to do a -4 though on the die roll.
-4.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. All right, so you are surprised, and it reaches out with one of its globby forms and tries to grab a hold of your chest. Oh wow. And it
Trying to
misses.
grab Garton?
Yes.
Is this not an error
I was
element?
going to say, is this an elemental
No,
thing?
it is not. It is a glob of white something. It's a, this ooze puddle something. You're not sure what it is. You've never seen this before. Let's see. And that's what it does. And that is the end of its sort of action. What we can do now is we can go ahead and do Garton, you can roll in it for initiative, and it will as well.
I've got to
And then we
something
can-
real quick.
Okay.
It sounds like a ooze of some sort.
How big is this
Wait.
thing?
How big is it? It is size. It's about a medium-sized puddle of goo.
Okay, so man size.
Yeah, man size.
I will roll initiative here.
Go for it.
It sounds really sick.
It does. I don't like it, but I'm gonna leave it on. Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Everybody need to roll?
No, just you and him.
Okay.
Because you're 90 feet ahead of everybody, right? They can't see you, and you know the chance of them hearing you, unless you scream or something. Is, if you scream, then we'll do it on your round. But we'll get to the first person that's going to be going in this is not him. It looks like you.
He's gonna go ahead and try the gust of wind off of this ring. If it's trying to move toward, at least hold it there for a second. Maybe push it back a little bit.
Your initiative is 5. His was 2.
So I'm gonna cast it at. I don't have the way to target it up yet. Just in the combat.
There you go. There you go. You can see it.
Cast that.
It's
Oh,
a
nice.
plus. He's going to get a +2 to save, which I'll add after the fact.
Just has an effect, just the wind. It's not like
There is no save on it.
I guess. Look. Save none.
So it's got a
30
size
mile.
probability limit.
Yeah, 30 goes 10 foot plus 10 yards per level. So it's in cast at 12th level. So 120. So it goes for quite a
Strong
long
puff of
range.
air originates
Yeah.
from the wizard.
About 30 miles an hour.
Small
Man-sized
flying
beings will be
creatures.
held motionless if attempting to move against its force.
It
By the
slows
way-
larger than man size by 50% for 1 round.
That's pretty.
Okay.
If it's strong enough to slow a dragon flying down by 50%, it's pretty stout.
For 1 round, yeah.
Yeah, still pretty stout.
Alright. Okay. So you triggered, and you're blasting him with it. And you're just gonna, right from where you're standing, you hit the ring and trigger it and blast him right there, right?
Yeah, see if it kind of pushed him back, hopefully.
So the way I read it is it just keeps him from moving forward. It doesn't stop him from.
Garden doesn't know that.
Okay. All right. So it does. He can't move, but he can make. He's still going to get a swipe at you because he's not moving. He's just stretching out a globby hand at you. And again, he missed. All right. Roll initiative again.
I take it the rest of us are still walking forward.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Garden's hollering. I guess I should.
Yeah, you
take
should have
his
told me that.
visibility off. What?
Yeah, and do that too. You should have told me you were hollering. You didn't tell me you were
Oh.
hollering until just then. So.
Well, you kind of said he kind of hollered.
No, I said you
Just
can't
what the
if
hell
he
is that?
hollers. Yeah. So. Now, don't assume anything I say unless you say it. You know, sorry. I didn't mean to imply that you were taking actions on my part.
Oh.
So if you're yelling, everybody can go ahead and roll initiative. You guys are about 60 feet away from where he's at. You can't see him. Right now, the only person that can see things is Garten. And it is slippery and icy, so remember that if you decide to go charging off without moving carefully. Looking for Borgin and Barney.
What do I need to roll?
Just to move?
Yeah.
Just use the initiative on the front of your character sheet. There's the knit button. Just do that. There you go. Alrighty, you are going first.
I'm going to just move carefully towards the sound.
Okay, so moving carefully. Your move as a dwarf is 6, so moving carefully is going to be 3. So using your full round, you'll get to him, and then next round you'll be next to him. I mean, at the end of the round, you'll be next to him. So that's your entire action is to move carefully.
Sounds good.
Okay. Go ahead and move it to next. And
So-
Grimlock?
Question: with the ring of free action, does slippery stuff affect me at all?
I'm gonna say yeah, because it's not restricting your movement.
Okay. In that case, I move carefully also
Okay.
towards my buddy.
Okay, so that'll put you there next the end of the round, so you can do something next round.
I'll pass my turn.
Barney is moving carefully forward as well. Going to move up to where he can. Is there room enough around this thing that we can get around it?
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing you need to be careful of is the edge, because you guys, like I said, it's kind of a spiral sort of thing, and you guys are switchbacking all the way down the spiral that leads all the way. So there's cliff sides off the path that you can fall off of. So you just need to be careful.
Let me read something. So I guess I need to be with it. I'm looking at burning hands. I forget how. 5 feet. He's got to be Jason.
You're close enough to do that. If you're talking about yourself. Oh, Barney, the ring. Gotcha.
Yeah, Barney the ring.
He can get close enough to use it. Yeah.
Okay, that's what he wants to do. Use burning hands.
He'll be able to do that next round.
Okay. Let me pass it.
Okay. Alright, since you are still the only target, he is going to continue to swipe at you. And missing. Oh, wait.
No, he hit.
It's not a miss.
It says he hit with a 4.
Wow. Yeah.
How come he's been missing? Rolling that bad?
Maybe. I'm gonna
You
look
want him
and
being
see.
invisible?
Oh, he's not invisible anymore. That's why. Yes.
But he should be invisible. Why
No.
would he be invisible?
Because he attacked.
It's a gust of wind.
Okay.
That's why he missed you. All my automation for invis worked. I didn't even realize it did. All right, so it does hit. It's gonna do. Let me make sure I'm doing this right.
Also, make sure you take into account any resistances he gets in that ring.
Yes, if it was related to elemental air stuff, but in this case, it is not. It is acid damage.
Yeah, buddy,
Good God.
Damn.
Didn't you hear the scream? Yeah, I just barely heard it. It wasn't very loud.
Let me double check and make sure my damage is 7 to 28. Yeah, that's right. All right. Yep. All right. You guys, just as you start coming down the hill, you hear a squeak from your buddy. Balthazar, what are you doing?
You got there's much I can do. I'm just gonna have to keep walking forward.
All right. So we'll put you down there next to them. They'll take you around to do that. Garton is bleeding. Solomon?
I'm gonna try and get up to Garden to the point where I can use the ointment next turn.
Okay. It'll take you a while to get there. Next turn. And Linnea is not conscious. Jareth.
About how far am I from Garden?
You think you're about 60 feet from where all the noise is. You can't see because the wind and snow and ice and rain.
All right, I'm going to move with a little alacrity, not looking very carefully. I'm going to push to try and get to a Garden.
Okay. Give me a dex check, please. You can do it out in the open, and to do that, you just double click your dexterity score. And you succeeded. Alright, so you make it all the way down. I'm not going to count it as a charge because you didn't say charge. I'm assuming you were just moving quickly.
I did not charge, I was just moving.
Okay. Alright. So you get down there, and just in time to see him be struck by this blobby white thing, and it scratches across his face, and you see this blood coming spraying out of his neck, and he collapses to the ground in a squeal.
Well, I don't know what this thing is. I mean, I can read, but my character doesn't know what this thing is, so I'm going to stab it
You're going to stab it with your spear?
with this round or next round.
No, you only moved half your move, so you can still stab it. Yeah.
I will do that.
Alright. Roll the hit. That is an AC 15. I'm pretty sure that's a mess. Let me check. Oh, he's got an AC of 8, it looks like. And Baez is just following Balthazar with Linnea in his arms. Alright. Roll initiative, please.
I'm not gonna roll for Garden. It's just like he would dissolve.
Alrighty, Garden Balthazar.
Balthazar.
Roll initiative, please.
I think I wanted to cast a spell, but I just rolled my basic.
If you want to change that, if you hold the Alt key down while you roll the initiative, it'll let you reroll. The reason I do that is because people were accidentally rolling their initiative while they had initiative, and it really messed up because it would slide you down, and then it would bypass all those people at that point. So it makes you have to think about it before you do it this way. Like, Balthazar, I don't know. What's up? We'll start. Put him in the
Sorry,
Garton is bleeding.
I have AFK in that.
Okay, no problem. Go for it. Alright, Barney, you can see Garton has fallen. He's on the ground. There's this like white sort of ooze that's kind of like, it looks like liquid snow. It's just kind of starting to get around him and engulf him.
We're gonna
Trying to.
blast it with burning hands.
All right, 1 second. Let me check something.
Save for half.
Yeah, 1 second. All right. Target it, and then do all your stuff. Do the like
73.
it's like 1d3 plus 12 if I remember.
It's 1d3 plus 24. It's 2 points for each
Yeah.
level of the spellcaster. That was,
Does he get his save? Because you didn't do the save first, which is the attack.
he got it.
He failed anyway, so he took full damage.
See, it's got it as damage 20 fire, and it's like just a straight showing that it's a die roll.
Let me look at the ring. You did a you're doing it from Barney, not from dead guy. Ring hits. Yeah, because it's 2 times your level. Max of 10. So yeah, that's why it's 20. It should have been a... Now, it may not work exactly like the spell.
Okay.
So that may be why.
Because the spell is 1d3.
Plus...
Okay, it's to a maximum of 1d3 plus 20.
Yeah. I can tweak it to where it'll add a D3 in there. 1 second. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Yeah, but for next time I want it there. There you go. So now next time you roll, it'll add a D3, but... There we go. Alright, you're good. Morgan is... You are next to, you see Barney blasting this thing with fire that's trying to get around Garden. Well, it was. The flame, as soon as the flame hit it, it kind of recoiled and just redirected its attention towards Barney. It hasn't done anything yet, though. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Garden.
Is that something you can target on somebody? Or is it self-only? I don't remember. I recall it being like that, so I could be wrong.
No, it's touch one creature.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely. So he doesn't need to save. So what you need to do is just cast it, just so that it uses the use, and then drag and drop that effect onto Garden. Awesome, you got that. Next. Alrighty. Since it has turned its attention from Garden, it is now spun around and is going to make its pseudopod attack at Barney.
Oh, this could be bad.
And it hit him.
Yeah, it's bad.
Barney goes down! And it starts wrapping itself around his legs and starts moving up. Jolwin.
I guess Keegan's ointment on Garden.
Okay. I want to remind you that all that's going to do is bring him up to 1. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
I have no other choice. It's either that or let him die, right? So
Go for it. That'll be the last of that ointment. It only has 1 charge left.
You could take Brian's healing potion away from him.
Garden's got a healing potion on him, and Barney has a couple of doses of killed him as well.
Yeah, we just redistributed that stuff, so you would be aware that he had that.
So if you want to dig through Garton's stuff, you can. It'll take you a round. Next round, you'll be able to give it to him. Pour it down his throat. Or right now you can apply this stuff and be done with it. It's up
Yeah,
to you.
I think I should stable that, so I'll just go ahead and use this, and then
Okay.
next time I'll get his stuff.
You're awesome. Perfect.
And he's got sanctuary for 8 rounds if he wants to attack.
Yeah. So as long as he doesn't attack it should be good. You used holy water. Hold on.
Whoops.
Yeah, use the Keaton's ointment on him. Just the heal thing. There's no cast on it. And that should have put him at 1, and it did. You can go ahead and delete the Keaton's ointment from your inventory and go to the next person. And she is not watching Grimlock.
Okay, sorry about that, but I'm back.
Okay. I've got you at the end of the round. Grimlock.
Okay, so so this thing is on Barney, right?
Yep.
Can I grab Barney's corpse and pull it away from that thing?
Right now, it is wrapped around his legs and has a hold of him. You don't know what will happen if you pull him. I mean, you can try to. For all you know, it could just hang on to him and slide across the slippery ice.
Yeah, I want to try and pull Barney out of this thing. I mean, after seeing what that ooze did to our Dragon Slayer, I definitely want to get Barney away from this thing. I don't want him to all of a sudden disappear. So I'm gonna try and pull Barney out of this thing's grasp.
Alrighty. Give me a strength check. And you can do that in the tower, please. So you're easily able to grab a hold of Barney and pull him. The thing is not trying to pull against you. Like I kind of suggested at the beginning, he just kind of slides along the ground and just keeps a hold of the legs of Barney. So he doesn't let go. He's just not, I mean, you pull him, 20, 30 feet, in one direction, but the thing just slides along the ground with him, keeping a hold of his legs.
What does it have around his legs? The pseudopod?
Itself. It's just kind of oozed onto him.
Can I try and pull it off of him?
Grab a hold of the ooze and try to peel it away from him?
Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, it's like a tentacle kind of thing, right?
No, it's like its entire body. It's like a giant glob. Just imagine the blob, but white like snow, and it just kind of, whenever it hit him and took him down, it started engulfing him like the blob would, just engulfing his legs and is wrapped around his legs, and it seems to be trying to make its way up the entire body.
Is it much bigger than him?
It's man-sized.
Okay, so most of the ooze is not on Brian, right?
There's none on Brian. It's on
Sorry,
Bajarni.
on Robbie.
Yeah.
I mean, most of it is not on him. I'm trying to envision this in my head. It's going to help me decide what I do.
You can say at least a quarter, maybe a half of it is, got his legs, or is on top of his legs, or near it, wrapped around, and the rest of it just kind of slid along the ice when you pulled it.
Okay, well, I guess that's the end of my turn, right?
Right. Go for Jareth. Alright, Jareth. What are you going to do?
Alright. I will attack again. I'm going to try and not get...
Stab at the blobby bit that's below his feet. Gotcha. Go for it.
So just drop the attack on the left wing.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. You hit it! When you do, your spear just slices right through the thing at its feet, and the thing splits. half of it goes with Barney. The other half splits off and forms another blobby mass, and it's kind of off to below it. And it now is facing you with its little blobbiness. It's not as big, but it is facing off at you. The other one is acting on its own. Looks like it's still trying to engulf Bjarni. No need to roll damage.
All right.
Next. Basically, what you guys saw is he just, when his spear went through it, it just tore it apart. And it split it, and it made 2 of them.
Don't
Alright,
do that,
Balthazar.
guys.
What's Balthazar doing?
Can I conjure another thing?
Yes, you can. How many you want to do?
Let's just do one time.
Just do one? Alrighty.
No.
No problem. Alright. You cast it, use the wand, and this strange looking insectoid looking creature shows up. It's an ant! It's a giant ant! And it immediately hisses and moves towards the blob. Let me change it to green so you guys can see it. And it will be able to act next round. Alrighty, roll initiative, gentlemen.
Did it not roll?
I don't see it. Grimlock, Balthazar, Borgin, Brother Barney, all you guys need to roll, please.
Barney is bleeding.
Oh, well, Balthazar and Borgin. Alright, looks like everybody has rolled. Our first person is Jalaman. If you want to pour the healing potion, actually he can do it on his own now. So, what was your action?
There's still an ooze on Bjarni, right?
Yes, there's actually 2, and I need to actually fix that. 1 second. Let me do that.
And I don't see a map if you have one, Sharon.
No, you won't. Alright, yeah, we're doing Theater of the Mind because the map is kind of just a big white map, so it wouldn't do you any good. So, you have Bjarni's down. I would, if you don't have the combat tracker up, I would absolutely recommend keeping it up in the situations like this. So you can see, okay. So there are 2 puddings. Bjarni's down. Everybody else is kind of getting a bead on what they're gonna do.
And I saw the spear go into the pudding and make 2 puddings.
Yep, it basically split it off and made it into 2.
And there's still some on Bjarni.
Yes. It effectively made, instead of 1, there's 2 now.
So there's no good way to get it off. I'm gonna get my torch out. Start it on fire.
Alright, that'll take a round. Moving on to the next. Alright, Grimlock. One of the things that you've noticed about this creature is all of the not metal, but all of the like cloth and anywhere it touched, physically touched, like a you wouldn't have seen it on Garden, but the creature seems to dissolve plant, sort of, not metal, but anything that's, you know, clothing or, you know, your flesh, that sort of stuff, just so you know.
Yeah. Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Yep, it is.
So I'm gonna take this potion of extra healing I have, and I'm gonna put some of it down Bjarny's throat to try and bring him back, so that he can resist this.
Okay, you want to give him like a third of it or whatever it is?
One charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, do that, and then move it to the next.
All right. 1 second. There we go. And how do I check that off though? Because I only see 1 dot on this thing.
Just remember it for now. It should have 3. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll trust you. No. Borgin.
I'm going to move over next to where Brother Bjorny is.
Uh-huh.
And then if nobody moves him, I'll cast Sanctuary on him next turn.
Okay. Now, right now he's trying to fend himself the blob off of his legs. So he's getting up. You've got Grimlock is next to him, as well as Jolwyn. So you guys are kind of all getting around him. But next round you'll be able to cast. And you can move it to Barney. Barney. You can't cast, but you can do something else.
Try and get away from him. Try to pull myself out.
All right.
Back behind
Give me a
him.
strength check in the tower, please.
There.
All right, you struggle and try to get him off your, you're basically just pushing your feet down. You're not grabbing a hold of it because you've seen what it does to flesh and clothing and stuff, but you're wearing, I think he's wearing plate mail or chain mail or something like that, so you got chain something on your feet. So he's trying to, it's like you're trying to slough off a burning, blanket or something, and it doesn't completely come off, or you push it down a little bit, but it's still hanging on. Unfortunately, you didn't make it. But you do get stood up. It's just on your feet.
Alright, guess we go next person.
Yep. Which is going to be Mr. Insect. And it's going to target the pudding that is on Barney. And it's going to attempt to bite it. Oh, it's going to attempt to sting it. It hits. Is this thing immune to poison? Let's see. Oh, yep. Immune to poison. But It does do damage to it. Unfortunately, when it does do that sort of sting, it dissolves its own stinger off because it stabbed him, and as soon as the stinger went into the gooey blob, it just kind of smoke came off, and the little stingers just melted off. So that was it. All right, Balthazar, what are you gonna do, man? It says you're doing fireball, but I will remind you that everybody is surrounding these creatures.
Okay, there's no way I can catch it far enough away that it'll just hit them.
So what sounds good?
I don't really have a plethora of choices on what I can do, so.
You can always summon another ant. You can always try to summon another ant if you'd like.
Alright.
Is that what you want to do?
Okay.
Alright, we'll use another charge. And this time you get a beetle. Fire beetle. We'll change this faction so you can see him. Alright. Next is Glob number 1 is attacking. Glob number 2 actually split off and was attacking Jareth. So we'll do that. Oof. He hits. For 9 damages to Jareth. The number 1 was attached to Barney, but it got stabbed by the ant, so it turns its attack to the ant and makes an attack. Oops, I rolled twice. We'll take the first one. Both hit, doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, I need to remove Barney from that. That's why I rolled twice. I thought I double clicked it. I have 2 people targeted. Alright, so the ant dies. Barney does not take any damage. Can't believe I did that. I do that too much. How do I fix that? That did it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the Fire Beetle's initiative was low enough to go after them, so I'm going to go ahead and let it. I'm going to put him on the map so that you guys can't see. It's going to target the one that's on Jareth. It does its attack. It spews out this glob of oil or something. You're not sure what it is. See if it hits. Oh, I need to target the thing. I must not have. There we go. It does hit. And does 2d4 damage fire to the thing. Next is Jareth.
Who was it that was getting that torch out?
Jaldman.
Okay, I'm going while I'm dodging the white pudding.
Yep.
I'm gonna stow my spear and try and get my torch out of my bag.
Alright. So you wanna it's in your backpack, is that what you said?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, it'll take you around.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright. Go to next. Barton.
I'm gonna go ahead and drink
Go for it. And then advance it when you're done. Actually, I'll do it. You can go ahead and do that. Roll initiative, gentlemen. Now my blob's got a 2. And I remember the ant. He's dead. Fire beetle is doing really good against these things. Alright, it looks like we've all rolled. The puddings get to go first. So this one, number 2 is attacking the fire beetle that attacked it. It missed. Number 1 has got. Who's target? We need to target somebody. Number 1 was beating on the ant. The ant is dead. It's going to turn its attention back to Barney. Make an attack. Barney goes back under.
That's some bullshit.
He's right at his feet.
That's some bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Well, there goes Barney completely.
Dead.
Garten. Yeah.
Alright, Garten is going to go over and try to drag Barney out away from this thing.
Okay. You can certainly do that, or try to do that. It is attached to its legs, so it's... You remember what happened when Grimlock did that, right?
No, I think Garten was dead when that happened.
Well, I'm just reminding you as a person, I mean, the player, not the character. It's wrapped around him, and it's not as big as it was before, and so, I mean, if you pull it, it's probably just going to slide across the slick ice.
So it's not like trying to stay in one spot.
No, it's just trying to get on him. So, I mean, basically, if it was, it would be like it was on top of a rug, and you're just pulling the rug. It don't give a shit. It's just trying to eat Robbie.
Stab the things, they split apart.
Yep. That seems to be what happens. You could always try to pull off his ring and use it.
Yeah, I guess we can try that. Wonder what happens when you put one of each kind on.
You can't. You can only use one at a time. You can't have 2 equipped. It says that on the ring description.
I'm reading it now and trying to find where it's at. It says only one of the powers of a ring of elemental command can be in use at a given time.
Oh, maybe I'm misinterpreted.
Yeah, he'll try that. We'll pull the ring off and put it on the other hand.
Alright, that'll take you around, but you can do it. Alright, go to the next guy. Jareth, you've got your torch out and you're lighting it up? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Alright.
Where?
Right, where's your flint and steel?
That is...
Alright, so you can do that this round. And I'll let you get one swing off. So give me I assume you're going to light it up and swing it at the thing?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Alright, so give me a swing from your character sheet, the base Thaco roll. Alright, that's it. Give me a D8. And which one are you doing this to? 1 or 2? 2. Alright.
It's already on fire. Fire beat, kind of.
Yep. So give me a D8.
Just roll a D8.
Yep. Oof. It seems to shrink. Alrighty, next. Barney bleeds. Well, Barney doesn't bleed. He's dead. Jolliman, what do you want to do?
Try and hit it with my torch.
Alright, which one? You got 1 and 2.
The one that just got hit.
Alright, it's the one next to Jareth. So that's number 2. So what I want you to do is the same thing that he did is on the front of your character sheet there's a THAC0 value. Just double click that or drag and drop it. Your target is AC 8. And that is AC 14. Alright, move it to next. No, you guys do good. You did good one night. You were like non-stop hitting. Alright, Balthazar. What do you want to do, Mike?
Okay, so I got a fire beetle the second time.
Yep,
Can I
you did.
command it to attack again, or no? It's on its own.
The way it acted, as soon as you summoned it, since it went after the initiative of the puddings, I had it attack the pudding. So you don't have to. All you have to do is cast a spell, unless you tell me. I'm going to assume it's going to attack whatever is there, and it did. So you can assume that whenever its turn comes up again, it'll do that. So you can react, do whatever you want. If you want to cast a spell, use the wand again, whatever, you can do that. So what do you want to do? You can stand back and watch your fire beetle. Just keep attacking if you want to do that.
That might be the only option I have.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, we'll move it to next. Alrighty, Grimlock. Oops.
Okay, I am fishing through my backpack and pulling out all my oil and torches and throwing them on the ground.
Alright, if it's in your backpack, it'll take a round. You can act next round with them. Okay. Alright, so the fire beetle is going to do the same thing it did last time. It's going to attack number 2, I think it is. Hopefully it is. Oof. He missed badly. AC 17 is a miss. His spray misses. Borgin.
Is that pudding still trying to consume Brother Bjarni, even though he's...
Yes, it is trying to engulf him entire. And if you remember, in the Earth Node, whenever the crystal one kind of globbed over the entire thing of Auric, and once it was around him, it just dissolved him, and it didn't take long, and he was completely gone after that.
I think that was before my time. But I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Brother Bjarni.
Okay. Alright. Remind me next round when it's the pudding, number 1's pudding turn. Remind me this, if I don't remember. Because that's the one that's on him. I'll need to make a save for him when it's his turn. Actually, you have Garten targeted? Now do that again. Or put the effect on him. There you go. Sorry. There we go. I moved initiative for you, and it is next round. Roll initiative. Did you actually take the ring off and put it in your inventory, Garden?
I have not yet. That's what he was doing. I was gonna wait till you said he did.
Yeah, you did that. Do that. Yeah, I'm not. He's not there to stop you from pulling the ring off. So go ahead and do that so you can see what it does. Just need Balthazar, and we're good to go. So, Jareth. Flaming Torch. You gonna make another attack at number 2?
I am.
Alrighty, go for it. It's pretty easy to hit. It's a giant blob.
Yeah, I got the. Hang on, I got another die.
Don't roll 2.
Oh no! All right, next, John.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit it again.
All right, go for it. Don't roll a 2. Oh, you rolled a 1.
About a 1.
Alrighty, next. Morgan. You cast Sanctuary last round.
Yep. I think I'm going to also get a torch out of my backpack.
Okay, so as you're thinking about, you look over and you see Grimlock has dumped all of his torches and stuff. You have torches, right, Grimlock?
I had 4 of them. I
right.
had 4 torches and 3 things of oil. And I took them all out. Threw them on.
All right, so there's torches laying on the ground. You can reach down and grab one, and if you got flint and steel in your pouch, I'll let you do it. Strike it up and make an attack this round.
All right, that's what I'll do.
All right, so do the on your front of your character sheet. There's a Thackle button. Just double click that, and your target is AC 8. Ooh, that's gonna hit. Yes. So give me a D8 in the just a regular D8, and this is for which one? 1 or 2?
Whichever one was attacking Bjorny.
Okay, so number 1.
1.
All right, so give me a D8. 3. All right, 1 second. All right, you hit it. Next. All right, Fire Beetle's going to keep going after its previous target. Oof, that's a hit. And its spray of oil that seems to burn it makes it just kind of turn into, like, the white just kind of pulls into itself, and water or something clear liquid just kind of splashes and oozes away, and the white just kind of stays there in clumps. But it's dead. Garten.
Put the ring on.
Yep. What are you gonna do?
Still one there.
Yes, there is. It's the one that is on Bjarni. Or trying to eat Bjarni, anyways.
I mean, I don't know if this. He will attempt to do the burning hands. It's once a turn, so he doesn't know if it recharges, like when it puts it on another person or not. You know what I'm
Does it say
saying?
once a turn, or does it say just once a
Burning hands is
round?
once a Under the
look.
description of the ring, it says once per turn.
You will lose Sanctuary. Just so you know.
Let me check that real quick. Because that sounds suspiciously like it should be every
'Cause
round.
like the other, like the elemental command, it can do gust of wind each round.
Yeah, that's why I'm curious. Let me look. Once per turn. It may be because it does 20 damage flat out, and that may be why it's once per turn. Yeah. Okay. It just and doesn't do anything. Saying that, if you want to try to activate one of the other things, I will let you do that.
Well,
Look at Flame Strike.
yeah, I know.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you at the end, since
Okay.
you're changing what you want to do, and I will put you at the very end of the round. Then I'll give you a chance to look at it, and plus kind of simulate you having to go through all that. And Balthazar, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna cast armor.
Alrighty, looks like you got it. That'll last, I think, 24 hours. So what you need to do is, actually, I can do that for you. 1 second. Let me get your character sheet up here.
Actually, who was it that was being dissolved?
Armor can't be cast on... Oh, actually, you can cast it on somebody else. But it doesn't do any good if they're wearing armor, which right now, everybody's wearing armor but you and Carter. That's what you were wondering. But it...
cast on the person being dissolved.
And you can, but it won't take effect until, say, the thing... If it ate armor, it wouldn't take effect till after that. Armor spell doesn't work with actual armor at the same time. They don't coexist. So if unfortunately the thing is not eating armor, it's only eating Bjarni. So the only thing that would be left is the metal pieces that from all the armor and everything else he had. So, but you can put that on yourself if that's what you would like to do.
Sure.
So we'll cast that. We'll put it on you. There you go. And then next is Garten.
All right, he'll do it. He's gonna do it to where only the creature is caught in that radius.
How big is the radius?
5
Is it like 10
foot.
feet? 5?
5
Oh,
foot.
yeah. The squares that I'm using are 5 foot, so you can just right down on top of it. So target number 1 and click it if it has saves. I don't know how that works, so you'll have to do it for me. Got 2
So
casts.
this is next, so I'm gonna try this.
So did you just blow through my initiative or what?
I don't know. Maybe somebody rolled initiative while we were going through it. If we don't, we'll come back to you.
Yeah, I think Balthazar rolled it. Re-rolled his initiative or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did
Tried
you
the
have
second
him?
button? It didn't.
I
do
don't see him
anything.
targeted. He's not targeted.
I'll try it again.
Let me retarget him for you. There you go. He's targeted now. Go ahead and click, and I'll unclick a use whenever you do it again. Do the cast, the very first cast. There you go. He did save. And let me look at the damage.
It doesn't have anything on there.
That is weird. Yeah, it must be.
It's
Let me note this.
68.
So what is the stuff for it?
6.
Is it just a flat 68?
Yeah, flat 68.
Wow. Okay.
That's what it says in the description of Flame Strike. That it lawfully raised.
All right. Now it's got damage. I'll look it up and fix it before next game, but for now we'll use that. And it didn't apply it to him because he wasn't targeted, but I'll do it.
Why does it not keep on targeting it? I
Yeah, it's
have targeted it certain times.
The save type must have been wrong. I don't know. I'll have to, again, it shouldn't have 2 buttons either. I'll have to look at all that, but I've got it set. And the second one, you light it up and it passes away. Same thing happens to it. It kind of, the light kind of turns into this blob and the water just kind of and freezes. All right.
All right, so I'll subtract one of my torches. I'll pick up my remaining. Somebody took one of them, so lit it up. So
And this Garten will pull a Keotum's ointment out of Barney's pack and apply it to him.
To
Barney's
yourself?
dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Oh, he's gone.
He went
Yeah,
to
he
negative
went to-
27 or 17, something like that.
Lord.
Do we still have the Rod of Resurrection?
Yes, it's on Barney.
You can't use it until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because you used it today, so it can only be used once a day.
Yep. So he goes in the bag of graveyard.
Yes.
However,
Cemetery
Bag
bag.
of holding gravy.
there is something that you guys could utilize from Bjarni in the meantime.
The healing cap of Valuna.
Yeah. So if you guys are, if you want to do that, you can. I just wanted to mention it because it's not your main character. If you do, drag and drop it into the inventory thing, and then let whoever is going to use it, they can grab it. Once you equip that, it will double all healing. Just keep in mind that if you're using a potion or a rest, anything that heals other than your spells, you need to take the hat off, do them, and then put the hat back on. And that's only because of the way heals work in Fantasy Grounds. It doesn't know the difference between a potion versus a cast right now.
Yeah, I'm all for people that can heal, being able
It's
to
a
heal
hat?
more.
The cap, yeah.
It's the Healing Hat of Valuna. Healing Cap of Valuna. It's in the party sheet.
You guys should just let death claim him. That's the natural order of things.
All right, I'm gonna put the hat on if that's okay.
Yeah,
Go for
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
all for the extra healing there.
I have a robe in my inventory that I can't use because my intelligence isn't high enough. Might be able to
What?
use somebody else. It's the robe of scintillating colors.
No, hold on. That shouldn't be the case. I think it's intelligence or wisdom. Wisdom.
Well,
Either one. Yeah, and you definitely have 13 wisdom.
If we get all the rings together and hold them all at the same time, can we snap and be back home?
Yeah, I wish.
it says an intelligence of 15 or higher and a wisdom of 13 or more.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, that was my mistake. That was one of the things I gave you as just your character being, because we started you at 6. So what we can do is I'll look at, for now, you know what? Fuck it. That thing works for you. I should have looked at that. I didn't realize that it required that. I just thought it said this or this. I didn't know it said both. So in this case, I'm going to let it work for you, but nobody else, if they don't meet those requirements.
I should probably wear that instead of my cloak of protection.
No, cloak works with robe.
Oh, I'll wear them both.
There you go.
And then if we're looking for shelter, I have a folding boat. Could that just sit on land?
You can turn it upside down and get underneath it if you want. How big can you make it?
It's a larger form. It's like a decked boat with like 5 rows of oars on each side. So it must have a hold or something.
That's
Like a
pretty big.
longboat, yeah.
You can absolutely use that as some sort of cover from the weather and that sort of stuff. So if you want to do that,
Heck yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, it has a deck cabin, a mast, a square sail.
Oh, if it has a deck cabin, you absolutely can. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna pull out my boat and
Land yacht.
do the second command word. So it's 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet.
Hey,
That's freaking awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, we can just hide in there.
It's like
Way
a
better than
portable
sleeping in an open
fortress.
And it floats.
A portable floating fortress.
Then
All
we
right.
might be able to rest.
So is that what you guys want to do? You still got the actually the fire beetle goes away when you get rid of him.
Yeah, I think we all need a rest.
We badly need a rest. Yeah.
So you're gonna pull out the boat and unfold it into a position that's kind of wedged in between the path and the cliff to where it doesn't fall off, so that you guys can try to get inside and take some cover and rest for the evening. That's the plan.
So we're
Precisely.
tying it down?
Moving rocks around, whatever we need to do.
If we're tying it down, I'm going to go ahead and check the knots, make sure each one is tied in a bow tie.
Bow tie? You don't want to do it like some kind of fancy, I don't know, boat.
Shut up,
knot?
dude.
A bow tie? I don't get it. Bow tie?
Boat tie. Bow tie. It's a boat.
Okay.
I'm
Well
on a
over my
boat.
head, man.
Laughing only makes him do it more.
I know.
All right. So you guys take a break for the evening. You guys are out of the wind, so you won't be susceptible to the environmental effects. I mean, it is still cold, but it's not so cold that you get frostbite. Those of you that are going to sleep can. Those of you going to be on watch, you need to go to, let's see, the party sheet and kind of set the order that you guys are going to do it. Generally, it's only about 3. If you're going to do 2-hour shifts, we'll need more than that. You know, you need 4.
I'll do the first watch. Make sure we don't have like a saboteur show up.
Yeah, I'm listed as third watch. I'll stay on that.
Are the
Barney
I
is
was-
conditions-
dead.
I was gonna swap out spells, you know, protection from fire, but I don't think I need to do that anymore. So I'll just keep my normal spell loadout, I guess.
Yeah, those of
Yeah.
you that need to sleep for spells, you can't really do a watch unless they, rest for longer than 8 hours. Which you guys are welcome to do. I mean, you can try to, do whatever you want to do. I'm just, this is mostly for Jolliman and Borgen.
Brian, you may want to give one of those rings to one of the other guys just to give him more tricks or what.
Anybody that wants either one of these can have it. He's not set on having either. One's the fire, the other's the air.
I got one.
Well, I'm a one-trick pony.
Which one would you like?
Let's do fire.
All right.
Are the conditions on this plane, do they count as like stormy?
Absolutely. It's lightning and thunder all the fucking time.
Then I definitely need to re-up my spells because I could get call lightning.
There, it's in
Okay.
the party sheet now.
Okay, so I have rolled in the encounters for the rest that you guys are taking. There is none, so if you guys want to go ahead and rejigger your spells, those of you that need to go to your preparation mode and you can unmemorize one, memorize another. Just tell me when you guys are set for spells, and I will do the long rest. Those of you that aren't on watch can do the rest heal thing. Those of you that are doing watches, you won't be able to.
I'm done. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Do I have to recharge this wand?
It's not something that recharges daily. It's something you would have to, hire somebody to recharge or do yourself if you were high enough level. It's not like 5e where it just recharges in the morning. And if you guys want to burn spells before you go to bed, do those now. So
I don't
those
think
of you
anybody.
that can.
Do I take the hat off now?
Depends on
you'll
what you're
keep it
doing.
on. If you're gonna res Bjarni, then you can put the hat back on him. You know, if we're gonna do that the next day.
Are we going to take credit for a rest?
Those of you that aren't on watch can do that.
How do you do that? How do you take credit for a rest?
Just a flight.
It may not be on you guys. That was something I added to them. Let me look at your powers, and then I will set that up 1 second, because I need to look at someone like Jareth, because I know he's got it. And who else doesn't have that? Probably Borgen. Borgen probably doesn't have it either. So you'll notice once I do this, you'll have a new action under your powers that is
Yeah, I see it.
called rest.
Do I just drag that on myself?
You just double click it because it should be self-target, so it shouldn't matter. But for that, you need to make sure that you where is that? Oh, you're in prep mode. Why is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I'm messing with Borkin. You need to take your hat off before you use that. That's one of those things that heals.
Just unequip it, right?
Yeah, just unequip it. It'll pull the effect off. Use the thing and then put it back on. And that should be everybody now. I should have it.
Oh, it didn't work.
It gave you 3 health. Actually, it gave you 5 because you rolled twice.
I moved the hat from equipped to carried in my inventory. Is that what I was supposed to?
I'm not sure what you're saying. I mean, as far as it healing, what it did fine. You just healed yourself twice, and I can fix that.
Is this a good time to go get a snack?
If you're waiting on them, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on them to tell me whenever they're ready for me to reset spells. I'm not going to do it until they're
I
ready.
think I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alrighty, so Balthazar's ready. Everybody, Barney is dead.
I'm ready.
Are you guys gonna? Well, sorry, Barney is gonna be. Can I fix this? See if I can fix this. I'm gonna do. Take Barney out, and we'll do. Alrighty, they should have all reset to what they're supposed to be. Yep, looks like they did. And then we'll put Journey back. Hopefully it didn't do him. Oh, it did not? Good. Alrighty, so next day, everybody has your spells memorized. If you would like to do something that's a daily thing, now is the time to do it.
How's Linnea?
She's actually conscious now. She's feels, she overdid it. She became too exhausted and couldn't stand up anymore. Because she had identified stuff for you guys, and that pretty much takes her out for the day. And then she cast that other spell to try to help you guys, and it knocked her out. Now, she is awake. She looks a little tired, but she's able to get around on her own.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure Moderate Wounds on Cart.
Oh, and don't forget, you guys can use the Rod of Resurrection today. Once.
Did it work?
Yep. That's what that blue dice is. It doubled it. You probably rolled a 2, would be my guess.
cast another one.
Now look at that.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, he did 9. 9 times 2.
So do y'all want to use the rod of resurrection?
Who has that? Is it Bizarni or
It's
is
in, it's in Barney's bag right now.
Oh,
We
okay.
can pull that out. Give it to whoever.
I think we should.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the rod. It's in the party sheets. I don't. Little thief needs to try and use it.
How many charges does it have?
I can't remember how many it has remaining. I think 7 had been used, or 5 or 7 had been used.
Yeah, for some reason it didn't have any of them used. Looking
It
at
was-
the
well,
thing.
okay. Well, it did on when it was on Barney's powers list. The little tick marks were off.
Yeah. I ticked him on this one. So
Okay.
we rezzed a
Raised halfway.
elf halfling, which is 2. And your class is thief, so 5. Yeah, so it should be 5. So yeah, I ticked off 5. So
Borgin, look away.
Borgin, go outside and I don't know. He's the new.
Let
Mr.
me borrow
Pete.
the rod of resurrection just for a few minutes.
Don't give it to him. So Bjarni is what level and what race?
He is human
Cleric.
cleric.
So it's only going to take 2 charges to.
Is that how it works? Just 2 charges?
Yeah, one for the class of cleric is 1 charge. Human is another charge. So it takes 2 charges.
Does it
Alright.
matter who uses it?
It has to be a cleric.
It has to be a cleric.
You, because Borgin won't use it. He can't. His god would strike him dead immediately.
That's right.
So you don't have to actually drag it out. I just used the charges on the thing that's in the party sheet. If you guys want to put it somewhere, that's fine. I just ticked them off so that they're done. And that puts him at.
Doesn't he lose a point of constitution or something?
We've got to roll.
Gotta do
and
saves, yeah.
and I'm actually wondering if we should have him do it.
Have Rob do it.
Actually, I'll do it. Hold on.
Wait, if it fails, it wasn't me.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Look at this.
Oh, no way.
He made it by 2. All right. So he's back. I need to adjust his con down to 13.
Yeah.
All right. That is done.
Back.
He will need to rest to get his spells because he did not sleep a day. He was dead a day.
I'm down with waiting another day.
That would give you guys the opportunity to, if you would
I could
like
heal
to
Jared,
heal up.
then.
You know, that kind of stuff. Looks like Jareth, Grimlock, and Jalaman all are down some.
I could keep watch this time.
Yep.
All right.
And I've got those these ion stones that allow me to go without food and water.
So you don't need to eat and drink. The rest of you guys need to go ahead and remove a... I'm not so much worried about water. You guys can get some ice and stuff and melt it. But food you need to tick off too. And this is when the rest of you guys notice that, holy crap, half of my food is gone.
I'm like out of food. I only had one of each.
You have one left. It looks like you have one dry ration left. As a priest, you do get access to create food and water, so maybe you'll
Yeah.
take that for the next day, if you would like. Unless somebody else has food that they can share with you.
Yeah, I have dry rations, and I had a pound of nuts as well.
I think Bajarni probably. I think because at one point you guys raided a storeroom that had a bunch of rations, and I think Bajarni put it in his bag of holding. Let me check.
Yes,
He
he
put some
does.
of it.
He's got
Yeah,
30,
he's got 30
days
in
of
there.
dry rations.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
So-
just snag some of that.
So what I would like for you to do, whoever's doing Barney, say how much you're giving to somebody. 5 or whatever. Or put it in the thing and let them drag one at a time so that you know how many is there. So if he wants to take
How
5,
do
he
you
can
pick
drag.
up the whole thing?
I don't know, shift or control or something, or alt, or all 3. I don't know.
That was alt. So let's see what control does. Nope.
Shift.
Let's see.
It better be shift. There it goes.
It was shift.
Yeah. That makes sense because, I say it makes sense. Most of the MMOs, it's shift too. So if anybody needs food and you want to take some, get it from the party sheet, inventory section, drag and drop 1 per. Don't, unless you want to just steal all 28 of them. I need a way to prompt you to ask for how many. I don't really have an easy way to do that.
So I can't drag that dot over, right? It'll take all of.
No, it'll only take 1. So if you want 5 of them, just do it 5 times. So is the plan to rest for another full day?
We probably should use up all the healing.
You guys tell me. I just need to know yes or no.
That's fine.
Barney's gonna have to do spells again.
I would vote yes.
Yeah, I think we should wait.
Then we can res Parafel.
Yeah. Y'all done taking rations?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure. If anybody needs any more, just let me know.
So I'm gonna cast heal on somebody. Jarrett. It's not working for some reason. I'm not sure why.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to heal Jared. I'm dropping it on the. Never mind. There we go.
Nice. You got 2 cure lights you can use. Oh,
Sorry, Grimlock.
roll the 1.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, I'm ready to rest.
Alrighty, anybody else need to do any casting before you guys take a rest?
Nope.
You guys,
Let me ask you this: what's Linnea doing?
Resting and eating. He's
Okay,
been
so
out
she's
for a
back
complete
awake.
day. Yes,
She's back awake.
Yes.
Though. Okay.
absolutely. Alright, 1 second. Oh. Okay, so I've already rolled. There's no encounters for the next day of rest. So those of you that are not on watch and you are down, you can use your rests. Remember, gentlemen, if you did not already give the hat to Barney, don't have it on when you use that.
Oh, how do I give it to him? How do I give it back to him?
Just stick it in the party sheet. You know, the same way you were taking stuff out of it, you can just drag and drop it in there. There you go. And if nobody has any qualms, I'm going to do the long rest now. There you go. So everybody should be full rested except for the guy that's going to get rest today. Assuming you guys got charges left.
Yep, I look good.
Ooh, it's going to take 7 charges to raise Parafel.
Yep, I just ticked them off. There's 11 left. Alright, you need to do the whole roll. Let me bring up the... You need to put the... Let me put the character in the party.
He's in there.
Oh, it's not. And I hate when that happens. There we go. Alrighty, give it a roll.
Here it goes.
And it looks like a success to
He
me.
made it.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
Damn.
I am alive!
Did you lower his
Okay.
con?
I did not yet,
You
no.
want me to?
You can do it, yeah.
What class is this guy?
He's a
Fighter
fighter
mage.
mage. I was thinking of Red Dwarf. You remember whenever Rimmer came back to life? I am alive! And he hits the thing and he blows up and kills
Yeah.
himself. Oh, good times.
When did Parafel die?
This is before you guys joined.
Yeah.
No, wait. Yeah, it was
I
the
think he
game
was around
before.
my first time.
Did you fight the water elemental or the water avatar thing?
Yeah, the big.
Okay, that's where
massive
Parafel
fish
died.
heads and stuff.
No, no, that was before they went in. So you did if you were there. It was the zone that you met Linnea is when you guys fought that, and that's where he died. When you guys fought the
Okay.
Princess of Water. Alright, so if you need to rejigger equipment because people stole stuff from other people, can do that. And Brian, you don't need to play all three of those. If I can probably take over Johnny. Actually, what we probably should do is once you guys get everything settled, I've already awarded XP for the thing that you guys fought.
Both things?
Oh, I forgot about the. Let me do
Imix,
that.
man. Dude,
Yeah.
he's like a million XP.
I already did Imix.
Yeah,
it
you
was
did Imix.
the other thing that I didn't do.
Okay.
The 2 white puddings.
Yeah, well, it was one, but yeah,
I saw
it only
2.
counts as one. Let me get the people that were not in the party or died during that out before I do that. And then that. And then put them back. Whites. Puddings.
Gygax and his puddings and oozes and
No
fungies.
shit. He's just like obsessed with them.
Anybody out there wear plate mail?
I do.
I do.
Because there is a set of plate mail +1. I don't know what size it is though, because I don't know where it came from.
Who has it?
It's in the bag of holding on Parafel.
I think it's regular. That's why I'm not wearing it.
Would it fit a half elf?
I don't know where it came from to begin with. I know it was.
And Parafel. Let's come back. Alright. So the party is back to everybody's standing, at least. Let me see. Where is the armor you were talking about? Who had the armor and what was it?
In the
Or
bag
you-
of holding on Parafel.
Okay, one sec. Ah, yes. A suit of plate mail +1. It is human-ish size, not dwarvish, short
So-
people size.
Half elf.
So elf, half elf, human, that sort of stuff.
I'll wear it if I can
it-
get it.
It is in the party sheet. Yeah, we need to give it out to who. There's a medium shield +2.
That's the shield that
Yeah.
that Bjarni was using. But I'll take it. I could use it right because I'm only using a +1 shield and I'm getting hit a
It's
lot more.
out there.
But
Wonder
I'll
why it
throw
was
the
off of
plus. I'll throw the +1 shield back in there, so somebody else can take that, and it's got continual. life.
So there's a normal suit of plate mail in there as well. So if there's somebody that can wear plate mail that doesn't and would like to, it's in there if you're human size.
Yeah, in fact, there's a set of plate mail in the bag of holding.
I just put the plate I took off in the party. And if somebody can wear it, please do. Otherwise, please put it in the bag of holding.
I wish y'all could remove curse.
So what you need to do, Brian, take that shield and put that on Bjarni. I don't know why he didn't have that. It's supposed to shield
I don't
on.
either. I don't know either.
That makes no sense. So take that one that he put in there and put it on Bjarni.
Dude, I can cast remove curse. I just gotta
Wait a day.
mem it.
Okay. Well.
I did not know you were cursed. What are you cursed with?
Yeah, I've got a cloak on. That's it's like a cloak of negative protection or something like that.
Oh yeah, Barney can do it too. I didn't realize he had.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
like-
I'm pretty sure all the clerics can. That's
I thought
actually
it-
one thing that Borgin would probably be able to do too.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
can,
heal.
I can do that also if I memorize it.
Okay. Well,
Borgin, I'm showing you missing 1 4th level spell slot. It shows you as having
I don't have
four, and you only have 3 memorized.
4th level spells.
No,
I don't have any.
4/3. 4/3, but you only have 3 memorized. So you can pick another one. Just looking, I saw that.
Do you
Thank you.
mind memming remove curse?
Is that a 3rd level spell?
It is.
Yeah. If he wants to, he can.
That way I can keep my healings, but
I see bestow curse. Can I just do the?
There is a remove. Just if you search for curse, it should have both. Let me look.
No, I found it.
There's bestow and remove. Yeah. I don't know. Why is it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And this wind is kind of making me sleepy.
So Garton's gonna look at this bag that's got a hole in it.
Yep.
Said
Something shoot a hole through it. Something with gnashy teeth. And in fact, like I said, all of you guys noticed it at some point. You realized that something got into your equipment.
We just don't know when.
Nope. Any of you guys have some sort of woodland survival or something like that?
I've got fire burning.
That doesn't help.
I do. Hold on one second. I have
Goddamn
hunting.
squirrels.
I have survival at level 2.
So your skills. Okay, so on survival, your survival is mountain survival. Yeah, I give it. Give me a check, and you can do it out in the open. Yeah, you don't know what it is. Never seen it before. All right, so is everybody set? You've got all your spells memorized. Got everything. All your equipment has been redistributed the way it's supposed to be. Food is sorted. Everybody is set.
We rest after Parafel was res, right?
You have
Hold on
not.
one second. Let
You have not.
me throw a heal on Grimlock.
Did you get the remove curse or no?
Yeah, I got it.
We need
Morgan
to
did.
rest.
Morgan got
Yeah,
it.
see if you can cast it on this stupid.
Alright, so I need to. I don't. What can you look at that spell? I think you just need to cast it, and, and they can take it off. If you can read it and tell me what it's supposed to do, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it removes the curse on an object or a person. It does not remove the curse from a cursed shield, weapon, or armor, but it enables the person afflicted to get rid of it.
Okay.
There are certain special curses which may not be countered by the spell. You have to be at least 12th level to cure like a.
Okay, so you're all you need to do is cast it, and he'll be able to take the robe off or the cloak off and throw it to the ground. And if you do that, he can go ahead and do that. Right, just delete the cloak unless you want to give it to somebody.
I don't want it.
What was so bad about it? Just couldn't take it off?
It is a cloak of protection -1, so not protection.
Can I delete it now?
Yeah, and unless you just want to throw it in the party sheet and let somebody else take it, yeah.
No, I want it gone. I don't think
Alright.
we have any use for a cursed item.
You're
No.
good. Yeah, just nuke it.
It's gone.
There you go.
All right.
The bad effect is gone, and your AC is back to normal.
And my saves too.
Yep. Yeah, it must be saves as well. Yeah. All right, so you've had 2 days of rest. Parafel is not got his spells back because he hasn't rested. If you guys are going to take a third day, I can roll it now, or we can wait until we get back together for our next game and roll it then. If you guys want to take a third day, if you don't, it's up to you.
I'm okay with it. It's fine with me.
Sure.
This mountainside seems to be relatively safe. We've been here for 2 days. There's nothing after us.
Yeah, might as well get everybody back up to full strength.
Well,
And if anybody
let me
has
cast
any,
some heals, then.
if anybody has any magic items that are not identified, Linnea may be able to identify them.
Nobody has a spare magic dagger, do
I do not.
Tell you what. You don't have any magic weapons?
they? Nothing. And I doubt I'll ever find a magic scythe, so.
There you go. Take that dagger plus 2. It's in the party sheet.
How do I take it?
Just grab it and move it be on your inventory tab and just drag it into your inventory.
Doesn't seem to be working.
Do you know what the party sheet is?
Yeah, I'm on the party sheet on the inventory tab. I just,
So,
when I try
now-
to grab it, it says 1, but it
On your
doesn't.
on your character sheet, be on the inventory tab of your character sheet and drag it into that inventory.
Don't grab the number 1. Grab the little black
Yeah.
dot to the right. I need a better icon.
Yeah.
If you guys can tell me what a good icon would be for that, knowing what it does, because I've been trying to think of something that would be good to replace that with. I was thinking like a bag. Because, I mean, you're either opening it to look in it or you're trying to move it to something else. So a bag to me seems more than that just shield button thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, have you guys...
Okay, I'm done throwing out heals. I'm ready to rest now.
Anybody else want to do anything? You're going to re-memorize spells, change your loadouts, whatever, you need to do it now.
Did we rest?
Not yet, no.
Oh,
You need to
about
change
to.
your loadouts and everything before I do that.
Parafel's going to give Martin back his ring of invisibility.
So you have double invisibility now.
He's going to give the magic user the ring of elemental command.
Okay.
A swap them. Because it's more a magic user item anyway.
I don't think it's limited to anybody, but...
I know. More in line with spellcasting, though.
Well, I would say that if they were spellcaster, it would be more familiar, but since you're playing both... Alright, your last checks.
And again, if anybody else wants the ring of air elemental command, they are welcome to it.
Wow. Double lot. But unfortunately, low is where the encounters are, so I did not get any encounters for you guys. See, now if you guys would have been in the temple, that double lot would have been the big bad. Would have just strolled right through your camp and killed you all.
The what?
The big bad. The random encounter roll in the temple, if you roll 100, it's the big bad guy comes up.
Oh, Zuck.
But in this case, yeah, in this case, it's the opposite. The lower is where the encounters happen. But, so nothing happens for the 3 checks. You guys are going to get a full rest. I'm going to do that again. So this is the 3rd day. Everybody's spells should be reset. And that should put us where we're good to start next week right here at this point. You guys will have all your spells ready. You'll be fully rested. One thing I will mention is that Linnea has been kind of doing some little things over the objects that you guys have picked up, the rings, and she tells you that she thinks that the rings themselves together, there's some kind of thing that brings them together to do something. She's not sure. For whatever reason, they were separated to do something. She's not sure what, but there's some object that can bring them together to do something more powerful. Again, she's not sure what it is. She just knows that's kind of what she's learned. So, knowing that, we will.
Do we
Sorry?
need the 4th one?
She does. I mean, she does imply that all 4 together, with some object bringing them together, does allow it was all 4 of them at one point were together with some other object. She doesn't know what it was. She don't know what it did. But if you had all 4 of them together with that object, you could put them together again. But she's not sure at this point what that would mean, what it entails. All she sees is an eye, this burning eye thing, but she doesn't know what that means in relation to the other stuff.
Sounds like some Voltron shit.
That's what I was thinking.